hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to The Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out a message from your higher self. Your higher self is just that soul aspect part of you, so you could have this message from your soul or your higher self. The term is pretty interchangeable, so whatever one resonates for you. If you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and try to focus on piles number 1, 2, and 3. Whichever pile or piles call out to you most, that is the pile for you. And you can check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So without delaying this any further, I will give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's find out what message your higher self has for you today. And we're going to go ahead and start with this beautiful wave. It almost reminds me of more of a sunrise than a sunset, which means to me that you're at the beginning of a journey rather than at the end of a journey. So let's read what the message says here. It says, "It doesn't get any more beautiful, any more magical, any richer, or any easier than things are right now. Until, of course, you start expecting it to get more beautiful, magical, richer, and easier. At which point, I hope you have a really good broker who loves you, the universe." Okay, so this is just saying positive thinking or thinking of the outcome that you want in the situation that you're currently in or something you're planning to do is your best bet. You want to have positive expectations for the outcome that you're looking to receive. Then for your tarot card, we have the Page of Swords. So this is really good. If this is something you're going after or looking to start, this is a great energy to have on your side right now because the Page of Swords is a very curious sort. I can't really see the bottom of that card. Let me prop it up here a bit. Yeah, this page is very curious and can really uncover what's concealed. So if all the puzzle pieces aren't there, or if you're wondering what your next steps will be, sitting down with a pen and paper would be a really good way to kind of flesh out what you're not seeing and try to get the details and the big picture all at the same time. This page is really good at doing that, and a lot of times with this page there comes some unexpected news or important news that it's going to change your life in a really good way. This is really positive stuff coming up for you guys. I don't see anything so far that looks troublesome or worrying at all. You're going to use the strong insight that you gain with this Page of Swords to really focus in, like a laser focus, on what it is you want and what it is you're going after. So then we have Neptune and the 10th house. So Neptune is, it says here, dreams. And Neptune is a very dreamy, imaginative card. You're using your imagination, you're looking back on your memories, you're tapping into that subconscious mind and looking for that universal love. That 12th house energy is really strong with Neptune because Neptune in Western astrology rules the 12th house. Meditation might be something really important to you, but this is just telling me, pairing that with the 10th house, which is all about your reputation, your career, your responsibilities, achievements, your fame, your notoriety, your legacy, authority figures, purpose, all that good stuff. You're really looking to go after a dream that you've had maybe in a more career-centered way. It's not that your personal dreams can't lead to success, but this to me feels like a career move that you're hoping to make or start a new business. It feels very personal and very almost fated or destined to be. And your soul or your higher self is wanting you to know that now's the time to start going after that if you haven't already laid some groundwork for that. But if you've already done some of this work here with this Page of Swords, just keep charging forward and uncovering what is meant to be uncovered. It's like you're digging up buried treasure that was buried by your higher self or your soul before you incarnated, and now you're finally able to start unburying or uncovering some of these hidden gems within your own self. I think a lot of this has to do with finding talents within yourself that were long buried or you didn't even know existed, and there they are. They're going to be popping up right now to help you because the energy that's happening on this planet right now, a lot of the hidden things are being revealed. And in the grand scale, that looks really dark. Like there's a lot of darkness that's being revealed to the light. These Hollywood pedophile rings and dark deeds with the government and stuff. But on a personal scale, you are uncovering beautiful gems within yourself. So yes, there are a lot of dark things happening in the world. But for me, this may even be, as far as darkness goes for you, you're unburying some long-held subconscious beliefs or illusions that you're not good enough, and that self-sacrificing and even self-sabotaging way that you have about yourself at times, like you're almost afraid of success. It feels like that's coming to light to be dealt with, so you can move past that energy and move into what's meant for you and something that's going to be really beautiful for your future. Okay, then here we have luck is on your side with the new moon in Sagittarius, and then it's time to take action with the new moon in Aries. So 2 new moons here. What was I saying about new beginnings? You have 2 new moons here, both in Aries and Sagittarius, and those are great fire energies, that passion, that drive to keep you going. And you know that sometimes it feels like with this bow and arrow of Sagittarius, you've got to pull back and kind of take 3 or 10 or 12 steps back to really get the distance to be able to project yourself forward with that arrow. But once you're moving forward, there's no stopping you. You are going after it. And it says luck is on your side. As long as you're taking the action, it's time to take action. If you haven't taken those actions already, or even if you have, you still need to continue taking another step forward, another step forward, another step forward, because you are finding your way to what you were meant to do here on this planet. And it looks very beautiful and very promising. I might move these up so we have room for these 2 cards. So we have the Breathe card with 29. 2 plus 9 equals 11, which is a beautiful new beginning as well. And then you have the 4 plus 3 card. 4 plus 3 card. You have the Deep Knowing card. 4 plus 3 is 7. So that's a very spiritual number. And spirituality really does tie in with that 12th house, or that Neptune energy. So you have new beginnings in this deeper knowing of yourself. But because it says breathe here, and we did have it talk about meditation with Neptune, maybe a really good way to tap into that inner knowing and that inner self is to do more meditation. If you're not someone who meditates, or you've tried it before and you're like, it's just not for me, I can't really calm my mind, well then what if you listen to some really good music that, gets you in a zone? Not something that's gonna make you anxious or anything. I'm thinking some mellow music or something that's gonna make you happy or joyful. And then grab a pen and a piece of paper or a journal and just write whatever's coming up in your mind. You don't have to just try to turn it all off and do all that. But by doing some breathing exercises, maybe looking into some breathwork meditations or pranayama, stuff like that. You can look on YouTube or Google just about anything these days, and those would really help you get into that place of inner knowing. You have these untapped resources within you that you don't even know are there. And your higher self just wants you to know that the more you can stay in the present moment and really pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your feelings, your emotions, even your dreams, because Neptune it says dreams, your actual nighttime dreams that you have. Even if you don't remember your dreams, they are still stored in your subconscious mind. But if you do remember your dreams, that also might be good to have a dream journal if you don't already, to write these dreams down so that you can really benefit from the messages that are coming through to you from these dreams, from your higher self, from your guides and angels. They're sending you messages in your dream time, and even just kind of daydreaming. Like if you just kind of start daydreaming, you're like, oh, I wonder why I was thinking about that. That's weird. It's really not weird, because that's your higher self or your guides and angels just kind of directing you to these dreams that you want to make a reality. And it feels to me like these dreams or this hope that you're wanting to go after is really going to create some abundance in your life, because with this 10th house card, that is your career, and you're going to be having some achievement through putting that effort and that action into what it is you want. So yeah, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you. This was a really beautiful message to get going. If you feel like you're at the end of one cycle, this could just be what's coming up for you. But if you feel like you've already started, that's fine too. This is just going to keep that momentum going. You are at the crest of this wave if you've already started. But if you haven't started yet, you're going to still be able to ride this full wave out. And there are beautiful, beautiful rewards on the other side. All right, you guys, you'll have to let me know below what you thought and if this message resonated with you. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's see what message your higher self has for you now. And we're going to go ahead and just start with this beautiful landscape card here. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I think this is the card I would have picked because it's just so beautiful. The colors, oh, love it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and read what's on the back of this card. And it says, ever wonder why some of those who achieve incredible success, amass fortunes, and enjoy sizzling relationships seem so unlikely? It's because intelligence, looks, even creativity come in a distant second place to believing. Achievers achieve because they believed they could, and they followed up with the consistent baby steps, and so the heaven and earth were moved. I believe in you, the universe. So if lately you've been really struggling with feeling like you weren't good enough, or that success was just for other people, or anything like that, this is just letting you know that the more you can start believing that you're already in the place you want to be, kind of a fake it till you make it energy. Although I don't really like that saying so much because I feel like if you're faking something, you're not being real to yourself. But if you're stepping into your future potential early, let's put it that way. Step into your future potential early by believing you have the willpower, you have the strength, you have the skill and the talent and the determination to be what you want, to go after what you want. And that is half the battle, is believing it, because our subconscious beliefs actually create our reality more than our thoughts and our feelings and all of that, because they kind of shape the box that we believe is possible for us. So if we believe we're not good enough, even if we're going after really big goals, we're not going to really get that far. So for some of you, that might be looking at your shadow self or doing some more deep inner work with trying to kind of unbrainwash yourself or re-brainwash yourself into thinking things that are going to help you. Because we are all brainwashed from a very early age by society, by our parents, by the media, by just all sorts of influences. We're brainwashed usually to believe in a lack mentality, and it's a lot of fear-based actions and decisions instead of love-based. So this is almost calling you forward to start reprogramming yourself for the life and abundance that you want. So then here with your tarot card, you guys got the 3 of Coins or the 3 of Pentacles. So this is great. So you guys, there is a dream that you've had that is starting to take root. I can already feel it. And much like group number 1, they had a dream that they've either already started down the path on, or they're really excited to get going on. And you guys have much that same energy of almost feels like a new beginning, but it feels like you're taking what you already have and repurposing it into something new, or reimagining your life or yourself into somebody new. And this 3 of Pentacles, it's not always just you that has to do things. It sometimes involves other people. It's like a cooperative effort, and a lot of times you have to have the careful planning of the Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles kind of worked out before you can really start gaining momentum on the success that this 3 of Coins or 3 of Pentacles is going to build for you. So if you've already had some careful planning towards what it is you want to go after, you're already partway there. And again, with your belief systems, if you can believe you're already halfway there, that's half the battle, is just believing in yourself and knowing you can do it, because things are soon going to start coming together for you, because this dream that's starting to take root is alive and it's hungry to move forward, it feels like to me. So you may have felt really stagnant or almost stuck in the recent past, and this is just letting you know that the energy is right. Your higher self is letting you know the time is right to start moving forward on some stuff. Even if you are watching this at the time of my posting and we're still in quarantine, it feels like there are things you can do now that will project you forward when the world kind of starts turning again. Okay, so then we have the fourth house, roots, and the ascendant, which is your outlook. So the fourth house, this dream you could have going could have to deal with your actual house or your family or your legacy, your background, just all the homey things and memories and your ancestors, and even real estate, maybe buying a new home or wanting to build a new home, taking care of yourself, your habits. You could be examining different habits and just rejuvenation of what you already have. Kind of was saying about reinventing something or repurposing something. So you may be wanting to clean up your home, or are thinking about moving and trying to kind of clean up where you're at, because they say a lot of times you can't attract what you want if you're already not in that mindset. So if you're living in a place that you're like, this place is a dump and it's so dingy and it's so this, it's so that, well, the first step you should do is to change that line of thinking around and say, you know what, I have a roof over my head, I have shelter, I'm so privileged, I'm gonna take care of this. And maybe you start deep cleaning and really, don't just scratch the surface of what you have going on. Maybe you're deep cleaning and purging things that just aren't serving you. Maybe you're going through old things in your closet and getting rid of them, because that will free up new energy to create the life you want. Both in your actual house and in your own physical body with your belief systems and, your line of thinking. You can clear out the clutter of your mind and your soul by doing some soul searching and kind of changing some of those belief systems that you've had that are maybe holding you back. And then because you got the ascendant card, that is your physical body, that is your personality, it's your worldview, the way you express yourself in this world and the role you're playing. This is your outer self mostly, but it's the body image you have, your point of view, your aura, the way you approach life, and your first impression of things and people's first impression of you. So this dream that you're going after, or this goal, may have to do also with your own physical body or just yourself in some way. Maybe there is a dream you've had or a goal you're going after just for yourself. You're not doing it to impress anyone. You're not doing it to help anyone else but yourself. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. This feels like you're finally starting to take care of yourself, and your higher self is letting you know that you're on the right path, because we need to be able to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others. That old airplane analogy, you got to put your face mask on before you put on a child or someone next to you's face mask, so you can ensure that at least you're safe, so you can still guide them and help them as well. So then we have a time for healing with the balsamic moon. And then we have the answers you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini. So if there are these, answers you've been trying to look for within yourself, they're coming. And with this fourth house in your roots and this healing card here with the balsamic moon, it feels to me like you may be healing some ancestral trauma or some long wounds that have been going through your lineage for generation after generation. And you may be the one, just as an example, maybe alcoholism runs in your family, and maybe you're the one that was just like, you know what, I'm not going to continue this legacy of alcoholism in my family, and so you don't drink. That's just an example. This could have to deal with any number of things. But it feels to me like this is buried in the root of who you are with your ascendant, because this is the roots, the fourth house, where you come from in a physical sense, the people you come from, the people who made you, essentially. So you're really looking at those things and healing them, and by doing so, the answers you need for the future you want to create are coming. And it just feels like a very beautiful kind of aha moment or realization, and even spiritual awakening for some of you. Although I feel like many of you already are on that spiritual path, it feels to me like you're just going to be deepening that path and really getting some deeper insight into who you are. Okay, and then we have the Thinker card and the Imagine card. Okay, so it's funny here because the thinker, it's hard for you to see up there, but it says number 44. So you have 444. So you may be seeing a lot of 444 on the clock, or 44, or just fours in general. Your higher self or your guides and angels like to send that number to you to let you know you are supported, because fours are that foundational energy. They're that supporting, I have your back energy, and it just feels to me like you are in your head a lot, which is okay, because I feel like a lot of the ways your higher self and your guides and your angels are communicating with you at this time is through your thoughts. So, like I suggested with group number 1, it might be important for you guys to write down any kind of ideas or random thoughts that come to you. And I was telling group number 1 that with meditation, a lot of people say, I can't meditate, my mind is just way too busy. Well, my scenario for that, which I said also in group number 1, is to put on some really good music. Nothing that makes you anxious, but something that makes you joyful, happy, or even just kind of contemplative. And put that music on and really allow whatever thoughts that you have to flow out into a journal or on a piece of paper, and you just write down whatever thoughts come to you. This could be a great way to, clear your mind. And then once you get all those thoughts out, you can listen to the same music or a different meditation or just silence, whatever feels good, and just allow your mind to open up, your heart to open up to what needs to be happening in your life. But then you have the Imagine card, and for me, this is all about imagining that future you want, imagining the life that you want. Just live it like you're already there, because that will help you reprogram your subconscious mind to realize that these limiting beliefs that you have don't need to stick around. You can imagine yourself already in that role of whatever it is you're wanting to go after, whether that's your career, your home life, having a better home, having a better body, or personal look, because these are the two main energies that we have here, is your home and your own physical body. It feels like those are the two most important things to mention, but this could also be your career or your relationship with other people, especially family, because 4th house is your roots and the family you create, the family you come from. So whatever it is you're wanting to change in these areas of life, you have this full support of your higher self, your guides, your angels. You are being nudged at this time to heal what is holding you back and what's not serving your highest good. And as you start to heal yourself, the answers that you need for X, Y, or Z are coming. You're supported, you're loved, you're guided, and you can make the changes in your life that you're looking to make. All right, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you. So you'll have to let me know below what you thought about this reading and if it resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's figure out what message your higher self has for you at this time. And let's just take a minute to look at how beautiful that card is. I just want to escape to this place right this minute and just put my feet in that water and just enjoy this beautiful nature. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over and read what message you have from your higher self or the universe, because these are universe cards. So it says here, to find out how much you've truly been blessed with in terms of love, time, energy, talent, joy, abundance, confidence, intelligence, wit, or any other quality, substance, or dimension, give of it. Then you'll know what boundless really means, the universe. So this is just saying to me that the more you practice your talents, your love for life, your love for people, using your energy and time to help other people, being in joy, the more abundance is coming to you and the more you'll see in your life, because you're practicing what you're preaching, is what I'm hearing. You're putting into practice the things that are bringing you more abundance, more joy in your life. It's kind of that old saying, you can't lose your creativity by using it. You just gain more and more and more by using it, because the more you practice your creativity, the better and better you get. So that's the same with love. The more love you give, the more and more you get back, the more you have for yourself. It's just this never-ending well of love. And of course, it said here on this card time. Time is something that is a little bit limited in the reality that we live in, but what I'm getting from this is the time that you spend on the things that are going to enhance your life, the people that enhance your life, that you enhance their life, the more time you put toward those things, that time is never wasted. That is time well spent. So spend time doing the things that you know are going to enhance your life and the lives of those around you. Okay, so for your tarot card, we have the Three of Cups, and I'm just going to move this up so we can actually read the bottom of that. Okay, so you have the Three of Cups. So this feels to me like, you know, if you are watching this at the time of my posting, many of us have been in quarantine and there's just been a lot going on in the world and celebrations. You know, this is the card about celebration, and there hasn't been a lot of that, at least not in the way that we are used to. There's not a lot of coming together with friends and family and just spending time together, having a good meal, enjoying each other's company. Of course, if you are quarantined with your family, you can absolutely do that, but as far as including more people and a larger circle of friends and stuff, that's just been kind of limited. So this to me feels like soon you will be able to have that joy, that good fortune, that fellowship with friends and family, and just coming together that has been maybe lacking in your life. Or if you're watching this at a later time, maybe you've just felt lonely and you're wanting more love and happiness and celebration in your life, and this is what's coming for you. So then here we have the Gemini card and the North Node card. So it says here with Gemini, this is the butterfly. So the sign of Gemini is all about being curious, being communicative, versatile, flexible, almost changing your mind a lot, social, you know, social butterfly, and being really street smart, mobile, studious, and almost restless or fidgety. So this feels to me like when you're pairing it with the North Node, which is funny because I actually have North Node in Gemini. So this must be my pile. Very, very funny. But anyway, your North Node or your Rahu is all about your destiny, what you came here to do, what you should go after and be obsessed about. But this is that purpose, that fulfillment, that North Star that you are always aiming toward. So what this is saying for me is that you guys are going to be taking the approach of being very curious and ready to go after what it is you came here to do, that path that you're on. You just want to be that beacon of light for other people, and you're blossoming into the person you came here to be. You are very curious as to what this is going to be that's unfolding for you. This is fresh, fun, youthful, exciting kind of energy, that exciting energy and perspective you have when you're falling in love for the first time, or when you're young and you land your first job, or that's the kind of fresh excitement I'm feeling from this. So for some of you, that could be, you know, coming out of that dark night of the soul and really having this sense of purpose that you're finally ready to go after what you want. But I think for many of you, this is going to have to be doing with those third house or Gemini related things. Stuff to do with communicating, media, short distance travel, your younger siblings, and just being involved in people, almost that social butterfly. This is calling you to get out there, put yourself out there. Of course, if you're supposed to be doing that in your area, you know, follow whatever guidance system that you have, but your higher self is wanting you to get out there more and put yourself out there. Even if that feels like the most scary thing to you is to put yourself out there, your higher self wants you to at least try to step in that direction and try to get out there a little bit more. Then here we have the look at the bigger picture, the full moon in Sagittarius, and then we have show the world the real you. And of course with that Gemini card, as a Gemini North Node conjunct the moon person, I can totally feel into the energy of this reading, because to me this is just saying, you know, you don't have to be this one specific person all the time, because I feel like you are a multifaceted person with this Gemini. You want to be the tomboy and the girly girl at the same time. You want to have a really minimalist and trendy looking space, but at the same time you want all the color and all the things in it. And that is a hard line to balance, but this is just saying that it feels to me like you guys are going to be kind of narrowing down who you are, what you want to put forward as your effort into this world, and what, basically putting your best foot forward. So you're going to be deciding which facet of you is the best to put forward in any given situation. And that may not be the same facet in every situation. I don't know if that's making sense, but I really, really hope it is. But it says, look at the bigger picture, and this is that full moon in Sagittarius. So this is just saying, Gemini feels more involved in the local details to me. So this is just saying, because Sagittarius is that opposite end across from Gemini on an astrology chart. That 3rd and 9th house axis, I guess, is what the term I was looking for. So they are kind of the balancing out of this energy is looking at the bigger picture and also the details, but balancing that out. But there's something going on in your future here coming up that you need to look at the bigger picture and not get bogged down by the details, is what I'm feeling like it's telling you. But then with this full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. It feels like by really owning who you know you are and stepping into this sense of purpose, you're going to be showing the world who you really are, that beacon of light. You are this person here to make a difference in this world, and people are going to start noticing it. And the way you make a difference isn't going to be just the same old like everyone else is doing. You're going to have your own specific way of doing so. And it feels really fresh and new, and like I was saying, just alive and young, like a youthful type of energy. So then here we have the number 14 here with truth be told, and we have milk and honey. So this is great because 1 + 4 is 5. So there is a big change coming up. But with this truth be told and showing the world the real you, I feel like this truth that you're telling is the truth of who you are, the truth of who you really are, and not putting a mask on anymore and hiding, I keep hearing dulling your sparkle or dulling your light, because I feel like a lot of you have played small just to appease other people in your life, and the time for that, your higher self is saying, the time for doing that is over. You've learned the lessons that taught you, and it's time to move on, because on the other side of this big change you make with telling the truth of who you are and looking at the bigger picture and showing the world who you really are, there is that celebration to be had. There is that milk and honey. There's that abundance. And you have the number 51 up here. 5 + 1 is 6, that karmic number, that motherly, nurturing energy. And of course, milk comes from our mother. So it feels to me like there may even be some of you who are healing a relationship with a mother or deepening a connection with your mother. Or if you are the mother in this situation, deepening that connection with your child, giving them the things you didn't have, milk and honey. And that even could be opportunities. Maybe you have the money to send them to a better school or something better than what you had. But this mostly feels to me like an abundance card. So you're, by looking at the bigger picture, telling the truth of who you are, showing the world who you really are, getting in touch with that purpose, that soul energy within yourself, you're going to become this beacon of light. Not that you aren't already, but you're really going to let it shine finally and create the abundance in your life that was always meant to be there. And because there's a rainbow here, it feels like, after the storm comes a rainbow. So of course you guys have probably had a very rocky start to life, or, a lot of false starts maybe, just things you were really excited about, and business opportunities or career opportunities that you thought, okay, this is it, this is amazing, and then it fizzles out and you're just left holding the bag like, what happened? I was so excited about this, and then this opportunity just dried up. But this is saying your time's coming. What you've been waiting for is finally on the horizon, and it's in your sights. Just sometimes you got to pull that arrow back a couple of steps to be able to release it, because if you just held it in place and released it, it would just drop to the ground. It wouldn't go anywhere. So sometimes by looking at that bigger picture, you may realize, you know what? I skipped go back here and I did not collect my $200. I need to go back and maybe redo something, because Gemini, there is a nakshatra in Gemini called Purnavasu. If you're following Vedic astrology, there is a nakshatra within Gemini called Purnavasu where it's called the return of the light. I have both my North Node and my Moon within this nakshatra of Purnavasu, so I know it pretty well, but it's called Return of the Light. You may have tried something once before and it didn't work out, but if you try it again, you're kind of that relentless energy where I'm going to try it, I'm going to do this thing until I make it. Kind of reminds me of Michael Scott Paper Company. Michael Scott from the show The Office, he started Michael Scott Paper Company when he left Dunder Mifflin, and he told David Wallace, his boss, that if they shut him down, he's just going to start another paper company and another paper company and another paper company. And that is kind of that essence of Purnavasu. And it feels to me like that's what you're going to do. You're going to be like, I'm going to keep going and going and going until I get this thing right. This thing I was meant to do, this thing I want to do, this thing I feel pulled to do and called to do. And your higher self is just saying, you don't have to keep trying over and over and over again. That may have been the energy of your past. In your future, something's going to click and you're going to get it right. And then you're going to be able to just go forward. You're not going to have to start over anymore. Start, stop, false start, false start. You're not going to have to do that anymore. You're moving forward into the land of the milk and honey with this 3 of Cups and the celebration, and it feels very electrifying and exciting. I'm really excited to see what this means for you guys. This is just, my crown is tingling as I say that, and it's a very, very fresh start energy, but this is that fresh start that's going to lead to what it is you're here to do, and it's not something you're going to have to start over again with and again and again, much like you had before. This is for real. This is the real deal. This is it. This showtime. No more dress rehearsals. This is showtime is what I'm hearing. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but this was very, very fun and exciting, and I'm excited. You'll have to let me know below if this resonated and what you thought about it, because I love to hear what you guys have to say about it. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye.